Welcome to the Teresa Harding podcast, where you will learn from one of the top leaders in the network marketing industry. Teresa Harding has grown her team to over millions of people. She's grown online and she's grown offline, and now she's ready to show you the secrets. So get ready to change the way you think. She truly cares about the success of her team and the people that she teaches. So get ready to learn the tips, tricks, and secrets that will allow you to grow a successful business in the 21st century.
I'm Teresa Harding, and this is the Teresa Harding Podcast. This podcast is for people who know that this industry is not about the network marketer anymore. It's about the people we serve and the change we can make in other people's lives. It's about the entrepreneur inside of each of us who's trying to find our voice. It's for the people who want to change the world and are looking for the most powerful way to make that happen. Hey you guys, I'm Teresa Harding, and today we're going to talk about your story, because if you do your story right, the story is what sells. That is actually what turns you from a salesman into a marketer. And I'll tell you what, good salespeople, how good you are has nothing to do with how much money you make. But marketing, actually, how good you are has everything to do with how much money you make. And the story is everything. I didn't realize how important this was until as we got more and more into it. I can't even tell you the value of learning how to tell your story. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. And I'm going to give you an example of what it looks like. So because price is not value. How much if I say, okay, I'm going to give you this training, I could say I'm going to give it to you for $100, but the value is $150. Well, guess what? If I show you the value in what that thing is that you're getting, you'll pay way more than $150. So let me give you an example of what that looks like. I'm going to take this cell phone, okay? And this is an iPhone. How much do you think that would sell for? Probably at least several $100s, depending on what model it is. Let's pretend like this is the 10X. It's not, but let's pretend like it is. This is a 10X model, and they're probably selling for about $700 or $800 right now. And so I could sell you this phone for $700 or $800. And you can find these all over the internet. So there are tons of people out there selling the cell phones, and what's going to make them buy it from me? Honestly, people are just going to go out there and they're going to look, and usually it's the lowest price. As long as they know it's a legit product, they want the lowest price. So I'm going to show you how to change this from a product into an offer. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So if everybody's selling it, then the only way you're going to sell yours first over anybody else is if you either have the best offer or you are the cheapest. And if you're going to be the cheapest, guess what happens? Now you're doing a price war, because now you're cheaper and somebody else goes 10 cents cheaper and now you go cheaper. So the bottom line is now you're cutting out your profits because all you have is a product and everybody's selling the same thing. So let me show you what happens when you turn it into an offer. Okay, we'll pretend like this is my cell phone. It's not. This is my cell phone, and everybody's selling it for about $700, $800, but I'm going to sell you mine for $10,000. And you'll see that by the time I'm done, almost every single one of you guys watching would be happy to pay me $10,000 for this phone. So let me show you how that works. So this is my cell phone. They're selling for $700 or $800 on the internet, and so I'm going to sell you this cell phone. I'm going to sell it to you for $10,000. But when you get my cell phone, you're going to get the cell phone. But you're also going to get on this cell phone. I have over $50,000 worth of personal development books and CD packages and things from Zig Ziglar, who isn't even alive anymore. Packages and personal development items that have helped create my success. My favorite ones, things that were, things that I purchased, and even if they weren't on digital, we've put them on digital. I've saved them on my external hard drive, put them on my phone. So all of that is on here. You're going to get that if you buy this phone. And the second thing I'm going to give you is on here I've got my Voxer. So what that means is that anytime that you have any question for me, you can call. You'll be able to ask me any question you want anytime you want, and the value of that and the value of my time, that's probably worth at least $10,000. And so let's just say $5,000 just to be conservative. So But also on this phone, I actually have phone numbers of some pretty famous people. So I've got probably more than 200 millionaires. Their phone numbers are on my phone, where some of them are pretty high end, where just doing one deal with one of these people would be $1 million value for you. So you'll get all those phone numbers of all those people, their personal cell phone numbers, and the value of that is, let's say, $1 million. In fact, let's write this out so we don't forget what we're doing, okay? So here's the cell phone. And this is an example that I saw Russell Brunson do, and it's so powerful because it helps you see the value of the story, all right? So here's the cell phone, and the cell phone is, let's say, $700, okay? Now you're going to get all of the personal development, and the value of that is $50,000. I've got at least $50,000 worth of stuff on there. You're also going to get you're going to get my Voxer. And we said we'll call that $5,000 of value. And you're going to get all the famous people on my phone. Famous people or successful people. And that's worth $1 million easy, just having that information, being able to work with these people and do a deal with someone. Also on my phone, let me tell you what else you're going to get. I have got Audible books, my favorite Audible books, and I've got probably over $20,000 worth of books on my phone. You're going to get all of those books, and that's just in the personal development category. So you'll get to see all of my favorites. I have probably almost every single thing from Jim Rohn, from Tony Robbins, from all the people that teach you how to be successful, some of their most expensive courses. And so those are on here as well. But for my Audible, you're going to get $20,000 of value. And let's see, what else is on my phone? So, and on top of that, well, actually, we'll just leave it at that. So this is what you're going to get from my phone. It's a $700 phone, but you're also going to get all the personal development stuff that I have on here, $50,000. You're going to get my Voxer, $5,000. You're going to get all the phone numbers of all the famous people that and millionaires that I have on my phone. That's worth $1 million. You have all my Audible books, $20,000. I'm going to give you one more thing. I'm going to give you the top podcasts that have changed my life. And they're not always the ones that people know about. They're not easy to find. So I'm going to give you my podcasts. They're the top 5 that are just phenomenal. Let's say the value of that is $2,000 at least. Okay? So let's add that up. What is that? 1 million, 5, 55, 60, 70. So let's say 1.5 million plus. Okay? So that's $1.5 million of value. And so, but there's only one problem. I only have one. Okay, so the auction starts now. Okay, go. Okay, I'll tell you that within 5 minutes, that phone is going to be sold and it's going to sell for $10,000. Okay. So that's how you create an offer. And that's kind of how you share a story. It depends on how you share that story, because guess what? I told a story about almost every single one of these things as I shared that with you. And that makes a huge difference. So I'm going to walk you through how you tell your story, because you need to tell it in a very specific way. And in some of these, I did every piece of the story, and some of them I didn't. I just did a little section, okay? So what you need to think about is when you made a decision to buy whatever it is that you're selling, the product that you're selling. I don't care if it's an info product. I don't care if it's, I don't care what it is. Whatever you decided to sell, why? Why did you buy it in the first place? Why? You need to think back and remember what the backstory was, because you decided to take action. And let me show you what happens. I'm going to show you what happens when we tell other people, because there was something that happened in our story that gave us an epiphany. But then when we tell other people, we don't use the epiphany. We don't help them have their own epiphany. We start telling them something else, and I'll show you what that looks like. But